I'm Stephen John Drew from Better Podcasting, a podcast about podcasting, part of the Gonna Geek Network. Just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find fantastic geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Who are you?
Houck. Police Commissioner.
Bob Houck.
Special Forces Unit Texas Thunder. We heard of you too, Pliskin.
Why are we talking?
Have a deal for you. You receive full pardon for every criminal action you've committed in the United States. It was an accident. About an hour ago, a small jet went down inside New York City. The president was on board.
President of what?
That's not funny, Pliskin. You go in, find the president, bring him out in 24 hours, and you're a free man.
24 hours, huh?
I'm making you an offer.
Bullshit.
Straight, just like I said.
I'll think about it.
No time. Give me an answer.
Get a new president.
We're still at war, Pliskin. We need him alive.
I don't give a fuck about your war. Or your president.
Is that your answer?
I'm thinking about it.
Think hard.
What and welcome to Smoking and Drinking in Space. This is a sci-fi podcast from a couple guys who think they know sci-fi. And this week we review the film that takes a romp through 1997's Big Apple, if the Big Apple were rotten on the inside. So 1997's Big Apple, starring Kurt Russell, Adrienne Barbeau, and Ernest Borgnine, it's 1981's Escape from New York. But first, he's the guy who likes to point at things and has hair that looks like it was combed with electricity. It's Rob. How are you doing, Rob?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little cold.
Okay.
I'm a little cold. So, it is, as we speak, 13 degrees outside.
Okay.
Feels like -6.
Okay. Well, right now here, it is -14. Feels like -40.
Okay. Well, see, you live
I win.
way up north. Yes, you win, but you live way up north. I'm down south in Texas. It's not supposed to get this cold.
It gets cold every once in a while down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looking at the forecast, though, I'm looking forward to next week because on Wednesday we'll be back up to 67.
Nice. Very nice.
Yes. We have to deal with the freezing temperatures, till Christmas Eve.
Let's see. What's it going to be here next Wednesday?
High of 67, low of 57. So, we're doing good.
Ooh, next Wednesday it's going to be a heat wave here. High of 35, low of 29.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm dealing with that right now. And to top it all off, there's something wrong with my air conditioning system. It's hot upstairs, cold downstairs. Yes, I know heat rises, but during the summer, it's hot downstairs and cold upstairs. I have a zone problem.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get that.
You have a
multi-zone
system?
Yes, I have a multi-zone system. I got a zone controller, and 2 dampeners, basically that are supposed to switch back and forth. I think the downstairs dampener is malfunctioning. There's heat coming out, but it's kind of like a trickle.
Oh, well, have fun with that.
It's like this. It's like,
wait, I didn't quite catch that. Could you do that again?
It's like instead of.
God damn, I hate you.
Yeah. Edit that shit out, bitch.
Oh, I hate you so much. All right, you got any news for us this week?
Hold on a second. I spittled on my sock.
Gross.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I've got some news. You know what? Let's start here with something that just came out, and this is sci-fi based. Holy crap! I blew a little too hard, and I'm lightheaded now.
You made
There is
pass out by being an asshole.
yes. This is exclusive as of December 22nd, 2022. So this is like fresh news. And if this show comes out when it's supposed to, it won't be near as stale as some of the other news that I've done before because you don't like to edit.
Look, I was out of town last week. That's why this week's Satic and Satis are coming out in the same week. This will come out next week, just like it's supposed to. So. Oh,
okay. Well, anyway, so an exclusive is that Mary Elizabeth Winstead, aka Huntress from the Harley Quinn show, is playing Hera Syndulla on Star Wars Ahsoka. Hera Syndulla is a Twi'lek. She was the pilot of the Ghost in Star Wars Rebels. For those that watched that show or didn't watch that show, basically she's got tentacles.
Well, so does Ahsoka.
Yeah, these are different tentacles. Ahsoka's tentacles go. Ahsoka's got 3 tentacles. Hera's only got 2 tentacles, and she's green. And she doesn't have the horns. She's a Twi'lek. So she's like, what was it? What's that guy's name? It's Jabba the Hutt's translator, or
I don't know.
Second in command. Yeah, but it's that dude. Anyway, so that's cool. We'll see how that goes. I'm actually kind of excited for Ahsoka. I think I'm interested in it. Might also be because I binge watched Rebels.
Yeah, I haven't seen Rebels. Don't care.
Yeah, it's not really that bad. It's pretty decent. All right, moving on. Do you want tab 2, 3, or 4?
Let's live dangerously. Let's go tab 4.
Oh, you struck out. So tab 4 says Invincible Season 2 is coming to Prime Video in 2023. So
it took them long enough.
Right? So they're making a Season 2 of Invincible. Invincible is a adaptation of Robert Kirkman's comic book. Supposedly Season 1 was really good. I haven't watched it yet. But it came out in 2021, March of 2021. So it's like 2 years in the making. Yeah. Oh, and it was renewed for season 3 already. So there'll be a 3rd season.
Okay.
Will it take 2 years to do season 3? I don't know. But it's taken 2 years to get season 2. We don't know when. We just know 2023.
Okay.
That's all I got on that. All right, you got 2 more. 2 or 3.
Let's go 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. There is a Borg Star Trek show in development.
Oh my God, why?
Nobody I don't know, but this comes from their trusted and proven sources.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Is it CBR? Or we got this covered?
No, it's GFR.
Oh God,
this is giant freaking
robot.
Yep, your favorite. So yeah, we don't know. They don't know if it's if the Borg are going to be a villain or if they're going to be the heroes of the show or whatever. Because we have that whole Borg Girardi thing happening in Picard. So there isn't really any details. It's just that it is in development. We'll see what happens. My guess is it'll be something. It'll be something sometime after Picard season 3, and maybe a 7 of 9 series.
Gotcha.
So
yay! I'm not looking forward to a Borg series. I just don't care.
Yeah, because apparently, there was a solo series for 7 of 9 that was in development. So not sure if that is the Borg series that they're talking about, or it's a completely separate series. But we'll see.
All right. Well, let's go number 3.
Number 3. So this one is, they're doing a Mummy reboot, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they're going to reboot the Mummy. It looks like it is going to be the Brendan Fraser Mummy. I don't know if they're going to, if it's a reboot or like a sequel or something like that, but they're going back to that particular thing or that particular universe. And Rachel Weisz is returning for it. So,
as the same character?
It just says that Rachel Weisz is signed on to return for the Mummy reboot. There isn't any news on whether Brendan Fraser is coming back. I mean, I kind of hope that he does. And maybe this will be kind of like pass the torch to one of the O'Connell kids or something like that.
So it'd be more of a revival rather than a reboot.
Yeah, they're calling it a reboot because I'm guessing they're calling it a reboot because they tried to reboot it with Tom Cruise and flopped hard. So they're like, okay, we're going to reboot the reboot and go back to our old boot and kick off the dancing shoes and hit the dance floor running and do a boot scoot and boogie.
God. Do you have a bet with somebody that you have to fill in like certain phrases or words?
No. I'm just in rare. I'm in rare form today. Apparently,
that would have made that a lot better.
Well, I'm trying to help out those guys with their bingo cards. All right, because I don't know where that came from. I kind of surprised myself with that one, but I ran with it. I wanted to see how many boots I could get into how many boots and shoes I could get into that. I forgot about flip flops and sand between your toes. But I didn't want to bring up sand because
God damn it,
it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
That doesn't count because you did it all yourself. So
I did. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
I apologize. So, but honestly, I'm okay with them going back to the O'Connell one and bringing back Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. I enjoyed them. Overall, I enjoyed them. It had some rough stuff. We're not going to mention The Rock.
Well, yeah, I mean, it had Brendan Fraser in it, so of course it was going to be rough. I mean, anything with Brendan Fraser is going to be rough.
Oh, you're so harsh. Leave
Am
the
I?
Guy alone. Yeah, I think you're.
Name one good movie with him in it.
The Whale.
What?
The Whale.
The Whale.
The Whale. It just came out this past year.
I haven't seen it.
He has gotten huge accolades about it, he embiggened himself. He was like a big old fatty McFat for this role, and did. It's a guy that has like agoraphobia or something like that, I believe. I haven't seen it myself, but like when it first came out, that's all my news feed was about was Brendan Fraser's back. Best thing he's ever done.
Name two movies that he was good in before he was back.
The Mummy.
No.
And George of the Jungle.
No.
Encino Man.
No.
Bedazzled.
No.
What else has he been in? He was.
You've already struck out.
Hold on. Brendan Fraser. Come on, Wikipedia. Don't fail me now. Journey to the... Was he in Journey to the Center of the Earth? Maybe.
No.
I don't know. The Mummy 2.
No.
How about... well, look, come on. He won the he won the Gotham Awards in the Hollywood Film Festival for a movie called Crash.
Crash. He was in Crash?
Apparently he was in Crash, yeah. I don't know.
Didn't realize he was in Crash.
Yeah. So he won. Let's see. Tribute awards. He won for The Whale. He won the Black Film Critics Circle Awards for Best Actor for The Whale. New Mexico Film Critics Award for Best Actor for The Whale. St. Louis Gateway Film Critics Association Best Actor.
Wait, which Crash was he in?
I don't know. It just says Crash.
It doesn't give a year?
2005.
Okay, so he would have been in the 2004 version.
Crash.
Him. Oh, yeah, I guess he was.
Yeah, he was District Attorney Rick Cabot. Looney Tunes Back in Action. He was good in that one.
You've never even seen that one.
Monkey Bone. Monkey Bone was pretty good. Dudley Do Right.
Oh,
he was good in that one.
Just stop.
Glory Days.
God damn. Are you ready for a pod crawl?
The Scout. Oh, The Scout was actually pretty good. Did you ever watch that one?
No.
Oh, that's a baseball movie.
Again, it's got Brendan Fraser. I've learned that I don't watch Brendan Fraser films.
Well, I can't help it if you suck. It had Albert Brooks in it. I mean, does that help?
No. Are you ready for a pod crawl?
Yeah, I mean, I could keep going. Line of Descent.
God, David, I hate you. Let's do this.
We can call it, I don't know, say a pod crawl? The pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Excellent! Insert it deep! Pod crawl! Kind of like a space suppository full of information.
It's time to laugh at my idiot AI friends as they try and describe Snake Plissken's adventures through the Big Apple.
The year is 1997, and the world has become a chaotic wasteland, leaving Manhattan Island as the only remaining inhabitable city. However, it isn't long before crime takes over and the President of the United States is taken hostage by a notorious criminal mastermind known as the Duke of New York. In order to save him and restore peace to what's left of civilization, an ex-soldier named Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell, is sent into Manhattan with just 24 hours to complete his mission. With time running out, Snake must battle his way through hordes of criminals in order to find the Duke's hideout. Along the way, he meets an array of colorful characters including Cabby, Ernest Borgnine, Brain, Harry Dean Stanton, Maggie, Adrian Barbeau, and Harold Hollywood Hawk, Lee Van Cleef. No. Snake eventually finds himself at a wild party thrown by the Duke, where he discovers that not only does he have to rescue the president, but also recover a mysterious weapon from inside one of his henchmen's safes. With mere minutes left on the clock before Manhattan becomes completely destroyed by nuclear explosion, Snake must use all his skills as an adventurer in order for him and everyone else to escape from New York. In the not-so-distant future, a massive wall is built around the island of Manhattan and it becomes a maximum security prison. Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell, is an ex-soldier who has been sentenced to life in New York for attempting to rob the Federal Reserve Bank. With no hope of escape, he must find a way out or face certain death. No. Meanwhile, Air Force One crash lands inside New York with President of the United States on board. The president has become a political prisoner and only Snake can rescue him before time runs out. Armed with his trusty shotgun and attitude, Snake sets off on an epic adventure through this post-apocalyptic city full of criminals and cannibals alike. Along his journey, he meets some interesting characters such as Cabby, Ernest Borgnine, Brain, Harry Dean Stanton, and Maggie, Adrian Barbeau. Together, they battle their way through hordes of crazed inmates while trying to survive long enough to find freedom from this sickening place called New York. Will Snake be able to save himself and the president? Will they ever make it back alive? Find out all these answers and more in Escape from New York, one wild ride that you won't soon forget.
It's the year 1997 and Manhattan has been transformed into a maximum security prison. The President of the United States, played by John Carpenter himself, is flying over New York City when his plane is hijacked and he is taken hostage inside the prison walls. Enter Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell, an ex-Special Forces soldier who was convicted of treason and now lives on a life sentence in the prison. He reluctantly accepts an offer from the government to rescue their leader, infiltrate Manhattan within 24 hours, or be executed for his crime. As if that wasn't enough pressure, it turns out that all of New York City has become infested with mutated sewer rats as large as cats.
Really?
Snake must battle against time, enemies both human and rodent alike, as well as fight off hordes of crazed inmates while trying to locate the president before it's too late. Along his journey, he meets up with cabbie, Ernest Borgnine, a former cab driver who still drives around town despite its current state, Brain, Harry Dean Stanton, an eccentric mechanic whose inventions help Snake throughout his mission, Maggie Adrian Barbeau, another inmate who assists him in navigating through dangerous territory, and the Duke, Isaac Hayes, ruler of this lawless land determined to keep Snake from escaping alive. Will Snake make it out alive? Will he save the president? Or will they both be left behind in this wild world ruled by chaos? Tune in to Escape from New York to find out.
All right, so 1981's Escape from New York, classic sci-fi movie from it's a classic John Carpenter movie, one of his earlier ones.
I don't think the AI watched the same movies we did.
No, I don't think so either. I'm pretty sure the AI is just basically phoning it in. They probably read the Cliff's Notes version, the first and last page of the Cliff's Notes version, and just filled in the rest. Yeah.
You know, you need to bring the British chick back.
Do I?
Yeah, she was a lot smarter.
Well,
these fill-ins are like shit.
So Escape from New York. Had you seen this before?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've seen both of them. It's been a while since I saw them, but I have seen them. Yes.
Okay. So what do you think?
Which time?
Well, I mean, okay. So the first time, what were you doing, or when did you see it the first time?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't. My guess is that I saw it when I worked at Blockbuster. When I was working at Blockbuster in the late 90s, early 2000s. Because actually, it wouldn't have even been the 90s. It would have been in 2000. Because I started working there after I graduated high school. Fun fact. Yeah, there you go. When I was working there, I got free movies every week. So that is when I started hitting like the action section and that kind of stuff, just to try to get my 5 free movies a week.
Right.
Outside of any new releases that interested me. So I'm thinking this is when I saw it. So I was probably 19, 20, somewhere in there. I don't remember this one as much as I have a faint recollection of Escape from LA. I didn't remember a bunch of this. There was pieces that I remembered. And it's probably a good thing that I didn't remember much of this.
Why?
Look, I get why it's sci-fi. I get why it's on the list, right? I understand that. It's a dystopian thing. We've talked about that with like Mad Max and all that kind of bullshit.
Sure.
I get that. But this is I'm going to call it a classic 80s movie, action movie, and I'm putting air quotes right now, in that not a lot of action, but a lot of scenes of people walking down hallways.
Yeah. There wasn't a ton of action in this movie.
This was, I think there was just enough. I think it was one of those things where John Carpenter went, all right, I need to have 26 minutes minimum of action fighting type stuff to be classified as an action movie. Just to hedge my bets, I'm going to do 26 and a half minutes to make sure that it happens.
Right.
Because there wasn't much, and what there wasn't good. It like the whole wrestling scene was terrible.
Wrestling scene.
Yeah, the death match in the
yeah,
the boxing ring.
The fight in the ring. They weren't really wrestling.
I know, but it was a wrestling ring is what I equated it to. That wasn't good.
I mean, it was okay. This wasn't a big budget movie. By
$5 million, wasn't it, or something like that?
$6 million.
That was close.
But I mean, even back then, $6 million wasn't just a ton of money. I mean, I guess that was fairly large budget.
Yeah,
I would say this is probably a medium budget.
What did we watch? We just watched something recently. Oh yeah, it was Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that had a $1 million
that
budget.
had a $1 million budget, and at least they could put in some slightly more fast-paced fighting scenes. No,
really?
They weren't good. They weren't good either, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's not compare to Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But spoiler, everyone. Yeah, Fantastic Four comes out next week. Which they should already know that by now because Deadpool will have released.
Right. Well, let's see what happened. Or let's see some other films from 1981 and see what their budgets were.
Okay.
So, films in 1981. American films, 1981. So we had Raiders of the Lost Ark that year. So these are the top 10. Raiders of the Lost Ark on Golden Pond, Superman 2, Arthur Stripes, Cannonball Run, Chariots of Fire, For Your Eyes Only, Four Seasons, and Time Bandits. So let's go with Time Bandits. That seems like it would be about the same kind of budget.
Okay.
Time Bandits was a pretty good movie.
It sounds like time travel. Is it on the list?
Yes, actually, I think it is.
Okay. I don't even know what it's about, but you had me at time.
It's, well, this may not be on the list. Let me see. It may not qualify because it's not really sci-fi. The time travel is more fantasy.
Oh, man. Because I'm all about anything with time in the title. Hot Tub Time Machine. Time Travel's Wife.
No, it's adventure, time, comedy, fantasy. It's a Terry Gilliam film. Now, I think
about
Brazil is on the list.
Time Lapse. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time.
Right, yeah. Brazil's on the list, or should be on the list.
Let's see, Somewhere in Time. Oh, The Land Before Time.
You can stop.
Swing Time.
You can stop. All right, so Time Bandits had a $5 million budget.
Once upon a time,
I guess,
in America.
I guess Escape from New York would have been a decently budgeted film. Let's see. So we had Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Time Bandits.
What about it?
Dude, 6 dwarves emerge from a closet. If 11/22/63 is considered sci-fi and it had a fucking closet, Time Bandits can go on the list.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, that is how it works.
I don't think that's how that works. So Raiders had a $20 million budget. So Escape from New York wasn't like a blockbuster film budget. It was more like a medium kind of action budget.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It did decent. I mean, 25 million box office. So
yeah, I mean, it made its money back.
It was considered a success.
Superman 2 also had like a $54 million budget. So yeah, it wasn't blockbuster budget size, but it was a decent budget.
Yeah. So I'm curious, because I kind of thought, I was thinking about this during the movie. How much would it cost to put a 50-foot wall around Manhattan?
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, in 1981 dollars or?
Well,
or no, I think they did that in 1988, right?
Yeah, and $88. Yeah, and I tried to look it up, and I couldn't find anything because that was really the closest thing they like put in there was a seawall around Manhattan would cost $119 billion.
Okay, so you figure a seawall's probably about what 10 feet high.
Yeah, but that's 2020 dollars.
Okay, well, we can convert $2020 to $1988. How much did you say?
This article suggested the Corps estimated 119 billion, and it says it could defend New York. Doesn't say just straight up Manhattan, but oh god, and it's only 6 miles long. Wow. Yeah. So
okay. So let's say you said how much?
119 billion.
119 billion, and we'll multiply that by 5, just as an estimate to get
30 miles or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you said there was a seawall around Manhattan that would be 119 billion. So we figured the walls around Manhattan, it's about 10 feet tall. If we want it 50 feet tall, we'll multiply that by 5. That's probably not quite super accurate, but it'll be accurate enough for our purposes. So 119 times 5 is going to be 595 billion. So 595 in $1988 would be about $237 billion. Oh,
hell. Do it.
Today.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. It's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. So $237 billion in 1988.
Okay. So, yeah, I had a few problems.
Did you?
Well, and one of them was the severe lack of action in something that I bet you if you watched the trailer for this, that would be, claimed as being an action film. But serious lack of action. But the other couple things that I had, so Snake gets injected.
Yep.
With 22 hours.
Yep.
Right. He's got 22 hours on the clock.
And it's kind of convenient that the pills or the things that they injected him with would break down in exactly the same amount of time as when the conference or the summit would start. That's kind of convenient.
It is, yeah. What's even more convenient is that they got to go save the president and they have a way to get in, but it takes 2 hours to get geared up.
All right.
So he gets injected with 22 hours and has to sit around for 2 hours while they fuel the glider.
Well, it's a jet-powered glider, right? That's what they kept saying, a jet glider. What the fuck is a jet glider?
I don't know. And if it was jet-powered, why did it have to get pulled by a prop plane?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a glider?
Yeah. And then the other thing was that a 357 with a scope on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Last time I checked, there's just a slight kick when you shoot that gun.
Well, there's also only 6 bullets.
Look, it's an extended magazine, I understand.
An extended magazine in a revolver. You're right, yeah. I didn't think about that.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, he had an Uzi that never ran out of bullets.
That's true.
with a big ass, what I could only guess was supposed to be a silencer, but the special effects sound was not silenced. So,
no, I think that was fairly accurate to what a silenced Mac
Uzi
10
would sound.
No, it wasn't an Uzi.
Oh, okay. It was something else.
Yeah, I believe that was a Mac 10.
Okay, well, whatever. It was still pretty loud. Yeah, so few quabbles there, but I mean, it was, yeah, I wouldn't watch this again.
No?
No, I mean, I forgot what it was like when I watched it the first time. And but now that I've watched it, I do recall that I wasn't thoroughly impressed. I don't understand, other than the fact that it got some strange cult following for whatever reason. But I don't understand why 16 years later, or 15 years later, they decided to make a sequel. But they did.
I actually think the sequel is better than this. I do remember more about the sequel than this movie.
Too.
Yeah,
I do too. However, just quickly looking, it's good to see that they made the same amount of money at the box office with the sequel as they did with the first one, and spent 10 times as much money on the budget.
Yeah,
$50 million budget against a $25.5 million box office.
Yeah,
and they're gonna reboot it apparently.
Yeah, I've seen rumors of that. I don't know why they would reboot this. I think John Carpenter would not be. I don't think John Carpenter would be fond of them rebooting this.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe it'll be better. Who knows? Yep. But we're not talking about Escape from LA. We're talking about Escape from Manhattan, not New York. Manhattan.
Yeah, you got to wonder. I mean, are the other boroughs still? People still live in the other boroughs. Do you think?
I don't know, but let's do. I'm not going to say let's do some math, but let's do some high level figuring here. Okay. Actually, you know what? I am going to do some quick math. American crime rate.
Oh yeah.
1988. Let's just say 88. We're going to say 88 because that's when the wall was done. Crime in let's see.
Well, you have to talk about which crime rate you're talking about too. Is it violent crime?
Like violent crimes. Okay, so the report says that there's 1.5 million violent crimes in 1988.
Okay, so
12.3 million property crimes.
Well, let's just look at violent crime. So 1.5 million violent crime. 1.5 million times 4
would
be 60 million violent instances of violent crime.
So 60
million. 6 million. Sorry, 6 million.
I wasn't gonna question your math, but
6 million.
6 million. All right. So let's now look at population of Manhattan.
Population of Manhattan
right now in 2020,
3-4 million.
1.629 million in 2020.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it in Manhattan. So you're telling me in 2020 we've had population booms and all that kind of good stuff compared to what they thought would possibly happen. But you're telling me that in 1997 there is supposedly 6 million people in Manhattan. 6 million inmates.
It seemed a little desolate or a little unpopulated to have 6 million people in Manhattan at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at and I was thinking of this during that. I'm like, all right, 400%. All right, that's a huge jump. And if it's all violent crime in the U.S., that's a lot of people to shove into Manhattan.
Yeah.
And then they show Manhattan.
In 1990, Manhattan had about 1.5 million. In 1980, it had just like a little over 1.4 million, and in 2020, it's only at like 1.7 million. So
Manhattan doesn't have a big thing. Brooklyn has 2.5 million
right
in 2020. So Manhattan isn't the big place. You know, Manhattan's mostly office buildings, right?
Yeah, it's high rises. It's on an island. I mean, there's not just a ton of square kilometers in Manhattan. So
what the hell is a kilometer?
Let me put it in freedom units. So square miles.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Square kilometers. Are you trying to like get some more Canadian listeners?
No, I can't speak Canadian. So
that would be we'd have to let them know how many square mises.
Yeah,
Moose.
square meese.
Square meese, that is, yeah. Is there a conversion factor for that?
I don't know. I don't know what the mile to meese conversion is.
Well, see, that's the thing. You have to go from mile to kilometer, and then from kilometer
to meese.
No. You skipped one. Kilometer to maple syrup to meese.
Oh, yeah.
It's there's a lot of conversions in there. Yeah, you can't just do it one way. But anyway, so that's you would think that with a plane crash, they would have squished at least one or two inmates,
right?
But they didn't. And frankly, the plane crash looked pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
There was no fireball. And to top it off, all right. So
they didn't show the plane crash on screen. They showed the plane crash on a computer.
Right. But I mean, there was there was not huge amounts of shit. The fuel alone would like be an inferno.
Right.
But they didn't even show the crash on the computer. That was supposedly the escape pod crashing, which smacked into a wall, smacked into a building, and collapsed a whole corner of a building and didn't come out with a scratch.
Yeah, why did he get out of the escape pod? He should have just sat his ass in the escape pod.
Yeah, and why and how was he kidnapped so quickly? Because it's like it crashed, they got in choppers and flew over there.
Well, but they didn't get very far. Oh, yeah, because, they'd already said, okay, yeah. So they met them and said, leave or we kill them.
Or die.
Right.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, he had already been captured.
Of course, we don't know how long we don't know how long it took them to get the choppers over there. I mean, it was 2 hours before they could get Pliskin over there. So they may have had some like coffee and donuts before they flew over there in their choppers.
Yeah.
May have done some macrame.
Right.
Played a little Scrabble.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not sure exactly how long it took them.
But we do know that he was able to get from wherever the hell wherever Snake was during the deathmatch fight. He was able to get there all the way up to the top of the World Trade Center in like 30 minutes. Or an hour or whatever. He was fast.
Yeah.
When he needed to be. Yeah.
So Manhattan, in terms of total land area, is 22.83 square miles. Or if you want to do it in non-freedom units, it's like 59 square kilometers. For comparison, we'll look at your hometown, and that has 347 square miles of land area.
Wait, which hometown are you doing?
Fort Worth.
Okay, technically I am in Fort Worth.
Yes, technically you are in Fort Worth.
I am South Fort Worth, just barely. Half a mile down and you're in a different city. And then half mile further, you're back in Fort Worth.
Well, yeah, because Fort Worth just annexes shit whenever they can.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
And the population, they have about 800,000 more people
In Manhattan?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we like our space. We have these cool things down here. I know it's going to be a foreign concept to some people, but we have these cool things. It's called backyards.
Right.
Front yards. We have grass. Go figure.
So yeah, 6 million people, 6 million inmates. If they're incarcerating everybody who did violent crime, and if violent crime was 4 times the rate, because this is the only prison, they said, for the entire country, right?
Yeah, for violent offenders.
Yeah. So this is the only prison in the entire country.
And
this is where all the violent offenders are getting shipped now.
And we're not even taking into consideration that it is a life imprisonment.
Right. Yeah.
So it's gonna apparently they have their own population control with the cannibals that live in the sewers, but you know, the cannibals that lived in the sewers were always there.
So Cabby said that he had been driving that same car for like 30 years, right?
Right.
So apparently he lived there before it was a prison.
Decided to stick around.
And either decided to stick around because, fuck it, or, you know, did something violent and got thrown into prison where he lived.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he saw a niche market.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know why he would decide to stick around.
Yeah, I don't either.
If he got other than if he got put in prison, I don't know. He ran over somebody.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? I mean, it's an okay film. This is the film that kind of put Kurt Russell on the action hero map, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after this film, he started getting a lot more action hero gigs, but he also started. I mean, this was kind of his gateway into better movies as well. Because if you look at the movies that he was a child star,
right. Yeah.
He did a lot of movies with Disney. He did a lot of movies as just a kid in general.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in some Westerns. He was in Guns of Diablo. He did his Disney era. So like Charlie and the Angel, Follow Me Boys.
Which is a
Mosby's Marauders. Yeah. So he did some Disney stuff, and then he moved into, you know, adult roles. The Escape from New York, before that, he wasn't in really anything other than his child star roles that I really recognize.
Yeah. He had Tequila Sunrise after that. Big Trouble Little China.
Oh yeah, Big Trouble in Little China was also you know, a big action film, and that was a really, really good movie. I really enjoyed that one. Oh, The Thing. Was good. So he did The Thing shortly after this. So the next year he did The Thing, and The Thing is such a fucking phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
And he did an excellent job in The Thing. So Kurt Russell's performance in this was okay, but he played off this don't give a shit kind of, I can't really even describe the character. It's just this I don't give two shits kind of action character. He played that really hard, and it was distracting every once in a while, the way that he was playing it.
Yeah, and he didn't care, but then he cared, right? And that's like, it's like, okay, which direction are you going? I'm hard and uncaring, but my God, I gotta save you.
Yeah. So he did Escape from New York. He did The Thing. That was really good. Big Trouble in Little China. Of course, he's known for Overboard 2, Tequila Sunrise. Tango and Cash was a decent movie. Backdraft was a really good movie. Captain Ron, I forgot about that. Tombstone. Tombstone is an excellent fucking Western. One of my favorite Westerns. He was in Forrest Gump. Oh yeah, he was the voice of Elvis Presley in Forrest Gump. Apparently.
Oh, that's right, because he does Elvis Presley impersonations.
I had no idea. Stargate was a good movie. We've covered it on this show. And then he did Escape from L.A. Vanilla Sky. He was in Vanilla Sky. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I never watched that one.
Yeah.
Dark Blue was an okay one.
I haven't seen that one.
Crime thriller. He went back to his. It wasn't technically Disney, but did Sky High.
Okay.
Which was
we'll forgive him that.
Yeah, I mean, it was written by the people that did like Kim Possible and all that, which was Disney. So
yeah, we'll forgive him that.
Death Proof.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I need to. Because it's
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, and The Hateful Eight.
Yep. Oh, Hateful Eight. Yeah.
Yeah, The Hateful Eight is an excellent movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he did that. He was the narrator. And F9, he was in
Furious.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's the CIA director, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's in 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah. So I mean, this was a stepping stone for him. Put him on the map. Yeah. Got him better roles.
Yep. Now, I just want to, because I didn't realize this until I watched this movie, because I really haven't seen a lot of Kurt Russell's early stuff, and the stuff that I have seen, I saw like years ago. But dude, Wyatt Russell is like a spitting image of Kurt Russell when he was younger.
Really?
Yeah, Wyatt Russell. He was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He was the new Captain America. Right? That's Wyatt Russell.
That's Wyatt Russell? Is that
That's why Wyatt Russell played the agent guy, the new Captain America.
He does not look like Kurt Russell.
Yes, he did. Yes,
no, he doesn't.
At certain angles, you could see it. You're like, oh my gosh, yeah.
No,
Kurt Russell as a younger guy. Yes, dude. Yeah, you just didn't see it. I noticed it. I
honestly didn't know that was his name. And if you had asked, I wouldn't have said that was Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell's kid.
Oh well, it is.
Yeah,
I didn't you?
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I honestly had no idea.
I saw it, and it's more like from side shots. They're like when they were doing side shots of Kurt Russell. In my mind, I was picturing a Captain America helmet on him. I'm like, yep, dude, that's it. That's it. He just needs a shield and a damn gun, and we're set to go.
No, I would have never.
Yeah. Now
I would have never put that two and two together. Yeah,
you're gonna have to go back and watch it. All right.
Well, no, I'm not going to go back and watch it. I may look at some screenshots, but no, I'm not going to watch that.
No, we'll sit here and wait.
He was in Cowboys and Aliens.
Kurt Russell was?
No, Wyatt Russell.
Wyatt Russell was? Apparently, I guess.
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have. kind of looks like him from the nose down.
Yeah, it's very
I don't
much.
see
it's
where-
very
I
much
mean,
in the jaw. It's very much in the nose jaw area.
Yeah.
Is where you can see the resemblance.
I don't see where Goldie Hawn comes into play, but maybe in the eyes a little bit. And the hair. Yeah, the hair color.
Yeah, the golden hair.
But yeah. Interesting. Yeah. No, I just.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I
Okay.
wouldn't have.
Okay.
I wouldn't have called that.
Well, I did.
Good on you. All right. Final thoughts.
I'm not. I don't want to watch L.A. now.
Why?
I don't.
LA's a better movie.
It is, but let's do something else instead for a little bit.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just long enough for me to forget about this.
I mean, if you pick it, we have to do it, right?
I swear, if it comes up next because you forced the issue, where the heads will roll.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Everything's above board.
Everything will be above board.
Will be.
Well,
Sure.
we're not doing it yet, so
Not yet. No, I mean, it was, yeah. I wasn't impressed.
it's an okay film. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not something
yeah.
I would rush out to go watch ever again, but yeah.
I am not going to stop channel surfing to watch it.
John Carpenter's music in this film really sucked a lot. Oh my god.
Dude,
it was like somebody found the synthesizer beat on their keyboard.
I'm telling you, that's all it was.
Picking around the beat as it went along.
Yeah, it's like they had a Casio keyboard and they were using the built-in music functions.
Yeah, it was
like,
not
let's
great.
do music function 1 and see what it. Ooh, I
It
like
was
it.
not great. Yeah.
Hey, let's do it. Yeah, the music sucked. It was
All right,
terrible.
you got a haiku for us this week.
I do. This one is titled No Escape. 80s synth music, infinite ammo Uzi, acting not that great.
Nice. I had to count that last one because
It's good. That's good.
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. And really, it really showed during that fight in the boxing ring.
Yeah, the
That
choreography wasn't great, but
It was terrible.
yeah.
It was terrible.
All right.
For somebody that's and here's my problem. The guy was supposed to be some sort of decorated, like, not Navy SEAL, but a decorated
He's a special forces. Yeah.
special forces guy, right? Hand-to-hand combat training, all that kind of fun stuff. He got his ass handed to him if he didn't have a gun on him. Actually, he got his
Well, I
ass
mean,
handed
when
to
he
him all
first
the time.
got there and got jumped by those guys in that building, he did okay.
Yeah, he did okay, but then after that, it was all done. He got the arrow in the leg, and it's like, all of a sudden, he sucked.
Well, you might suck too with an arrow in the leg.
I still had the gun with infinite bullets.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, I would.
All right, you got any awards this week?
Yes, only 3.
Only 3.
Yeah.
All right, well, who's got your head lush?
Well, as luck would have it, that's the one I don't have because I didn't really see anybody drinking. So it's going to go to
Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson. Yeah, I was going to say it's not Doc Cottle. It's Starbuck. Who was Starbuck? Richard Dawson. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I didn't see anybody drinking either, which
I
is
didn't
kind of
either.
weird.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mine will go to Richard Dawson as well.
Well, they could make steam cars, and a few people had gas, but they didn't know how to make bathtub hooch.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, who's got your black lung?
I'm giving it to Snake.
Yep, Snake gets mine too.
Yep. He always found himself a cigarette.
Yep. All right, player.
So I'm going to give this one to Brain, mostly because he had a girl. He had himself a girl. But on top of that, he was able to get the girl to die for him in the most gruesome death possible.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
There was a lot more blood there than there should have been.
Yeah.
I mean, she got crushed, right? So if anything, she should have been like slumped over on the hood, not on the ground bleeding. Like all of her blood was on the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
So mine is going to go to the chock full of nuts girl. Now, wait, wasn't your nickname in high school chock full of nuts?
See, that's the only reason why you're giving that award is because you found out what my nickname in high school was and wanted to bring it up. I am proud of that nickname. All right. Chock full of nuts is the best nickname ever. Almost as good as your nickname of Lick My Nuts.
No, that wasn't my nickname, but
that's what you were known for. That was what you were known for, licking nuts. Yeah, that's right. No, that was Red. Your nickname was No Nuts McGee. That's what it was.
Nice try. Yeah. The chock full of nuts girl is going to get mine because just in the brief interaction that she had with Snake, and when she got pulled down under by the cannibals, he like tried to help her. He was very protective of her. So there was something about her that Snake, who doesn't care about anything or anyone, actually it touched him deep, touched him in his heart, and he wanted to save her. So
I think when it cut over to show the dudes running through the thing, she was touching him somewhere else.
It may have been, yeah. So, and she actually got credited in she was on screen for all of 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and it got like major credit. So, but yeah, that's
she's chock full of nuts girl,
as girl in chock full of nuts. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, girl in chock full of nuts. Yeah.
Chock full of nuts. Oh, that's funny. All right, so who's got your purple hippo?
I'm giving it to the Duke's right-hand man, the dude that looked like he stuck his finger in an electric socket, because he was tripping on something the entire time.
Yeah.
He was a walking. I don't know. What would you? Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty freaky.
Mm-hmm.
He was definitely on something.
I mean, good for him for being a functioning meth head.
So mine is going to go to Snake, just for the fact that he came down to the wire on trying to get those explosives deactivated.
Right.
Yeah, that had to have been a head trip, thinking that your head is actually going to blow off of your neck.
You know, what I don't understand is why did the president stop the rope?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe he didn't want to shoot Snake because he wanted to shoot the Duke.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like why mine a bridge? Just blow the fucker. Then you can't get across.
Right.
Then it's only swimming.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so it's time.
Great.
It is time. You need to pick a number between 1 and 150.
Okay, I did.
Okay. Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right. What's the number?
Oh, you want to know the number?
Yeah.
The number is 22.
22.
Yeah, I figured, 22 hours till he died.
All right. So next episode, we will be discussing the film where a highly advanced robotic boy longs to become real so that he can
Artificial
regain
intelligence.
the love of his human mother.
AI.
It is 2000. It is 2001's AI, artificial intelligence.
All right.
It's been a while since I've seen this film. I don't remember a ton about it.
Yeah, I've only seen it once, but it's strange that I can remember things like that.
Yeah, it's got Haley Joel Osment. This is back when he was like a cute kid.
This was
It's got Jude Law and Frances O'Connor. Yeah. Ooh, William Hurt's in here too. I remember this being a decent film.
It's directed by Steven Spielberg, so shouldn't be too bad. It made some decent money. It's got quick thing, 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
cool.
Should be all right.
All right. Well, that's all we've got for this episode. Our intro and outro music is Welcome Home by Cambo. Podcrawl music is Snacks Mix by Machette. If you like the show, please rate and review us on iTunes. You can leave us feedback on our Discord channel at smokinganddrinkingspace.com/Discord, on Twitter at @status_podcast, or email us at smokinganddrinkingspace@outlook.com. If you'd like to throw a few nickels our way, you can become a Patreon supporter by going to smokinganddrinkingspace.com/Patreon, and make sure to visit Gonna Geek for more great shows at gonnageek.com. For this episode, I am Jason.
You can call me Satis.
You are not Satis.
Call me Satis.
We'll talk to you next episode.
The name's Rob. Because didn't he go back to Pliskin? Yeah.
Right. The name's Pliskin.
The name's Pliskin.